So did the Biden administration's pressure on Israel, including putting delays on arms shipments, embolden Hamas to kill the 6 innocent hostages? Republican Senator Tom Cotton says yes.
These hostages were discovered in the tunnels under Rafah. That's where Joe Biden and Kamala Harris put pressure on Israel not to enter for months, used an arms embargo to try to keep them from entering.
Just to be clear, there, of course, is no arms embargo. It is true that the Biden administration did halt one shipment of arms out of concern
No,
over
that's
civilian
not
casualties.
correct. No, Kristen, that's not correct.
It is correct.
It was in place for many weeks.
And, of course, they have also argued that the U.S. stands firmly behind Israel. It was one arms shipment.
Kristen, you can do your fact check thing all you want. I'm going to tell you the real facts. It was a large category of weapons, far beyond just 2,000-pound bombs.
Okay, so just for the record, Joey, we'll start with you, because in June, Senator Cotton wrote to President Biden about the administration withholding ammo and weapons. And we can put that list up that he was talking about there with Kristen Welker. You got F-15s, tactical vehicles. You have 120-millimeter mortars, 120-millimeter tank rounds, joint direct attack munitions, small diameter bombs. This is a detailed list. And this isn't new information, I guess, is my point here. So the back and forth there, I found that exchange a little surprising.
Yeah, it really shows you sometimes where the media is playing for a team. And I don't understand. I always push back as a journalist, right? I always push back and say, well, actually, and correct the record if there's a fact out there. But she had no evidence to say that, actually, what she was doing is she was doing Karine Jean-Pierre's job for her, probably a little bit better. When you look at that list that Tom Cotton's talking about, some of that stuff is pretty basic squad implemented stuff, like a mortar round or an assault vehicle. But the narrative that the administration was putting out to the public at that time was, we're not going to send them these really big bombs because this is a civilian area. And so that alone, regardless if it was one shipment or over a period of months, that alone shows you how the administration was doing one thing and saying another. Lastly, I'll say, 2 senators wrote on May 6th to the administration. Tom Cotton wrote on June 20th, and then Tom Cotton sent another letter on August 2nd. So this obviously was happening for more than just one shipment or a few weeks.
Yeah, very good point. Nicole, the entire country has gotten to know Hirsch's family and Hirsch himself, an American now killed. And one of the hardest things, I think, for so many people watching this is that not long before her son was killed, Hirsch's mother was at the border there calling out and praying to her son. Let's take a listen.
Hirsch, we are working day and night, and we will never stop. I need you to know that I am giving you now the blessing I give you every single morning when I pray for you, and every Friday night I go out on the porch and I put my hands up toward Gaza and I give you the Kohanic blessing. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine his face upon you and be gracious to you.
All we have right now is just hope that he heard those words.
Mm-hmm. Obviously this is devastating. I can't imagine what this mother is going through today, but also what she's been going through since October 7th when her son was kidnapped. Her son is a year younger than my oldest son. I can't imagine. The complexity of this situation is profound, but from a very basic level, an American has been murdered this weekend by a terrorist organization. And we keep having these conversations about negotiations and ceasefires, but when did the United States get back to a place where we negotiate with terrorists? The U.S. policy towards Hamas needs to evolve in the sense that Gaza is going to need aid to rebuild. Why are we saying we will give you hundreds of prisoners back? We will give you aid now. Why don't we say you release these hostages right now or you get nothing? Put maximum pressure on Iran, on Turkey, on Qatar, on Yemen, just like Trump and Mike Pompeo did. The United States needs to regain a strong footprint in the international stage. We are very weak, and it is embarrassing and is devastating, and people are dying because of it.
And former President Trump was on with Mark Levin. He did an interview, and he did address the situation in Israel with Hamas. But just to be clear, he did this before we found out about these 6 hostages. Take a listen.
How a Jewish person can vote for a Democrat, but specifically somebody like Kamala. She wouldn't even meet with Bibi when he was, look, he came over, he's the prime minister of Israel. He's in a war. We're heavily invested in that war. People are dying. October 7th was a horrific day, just horrific. And now you see people that are picketing, they're saying no such thing ever happened. You know, they did that with the Holocaust, too. They said there was no Holocaust. But this one was right next to us because we saw it. We saw it. You saw it. Everybody saw it. They saw it. I don't imagine they aren't thinking straight.
Part 2 of Donald Trump's interview with Mark Levin airs tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Life, Liberty, and Levin. And David, I want to bring you into this conversation because even though Hirsch's parents said they weren't being political when they wanted the hostages released and something figured out, this is going to travel on the campaign trail.
Well, because there is an element of political, because politics is a part of this, one administration or one side's view versus the other. First of all, this is an administration that couldn't show up and be there at Arlington with those Gold Star families for our Americans from the Abbey Gate. This is an administration that doesn't even speak to that, while Kamala Harris was in the Hamptons with the Clintons hosting a fundraiser that evening. That's where she was. Hirsch Goldberg, by the way, if you want to know, just in case you're not paying attention, the fact is his funeral is at 4 p.m. tomorrow in Jerusalem. There is a time and place when they could show up. Will they show up tomorrow to pay respects for the families? No. They have a policy that doesn't work. Hamas doesn't get more prisoners. They get more soldiers. They get more fighters. And there is no way to deal with them. In the multiple trips I've taken to Israel, the multiple briefings, the multiple assessments of this situation, there is no such thing as a two-state solution. There is either victory or they will be back.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.